Hey guys, this is Sam Little, aka Lord Raven, coming at you with 25 Andariel runs in Diablo 2. We're in Hell difficulty with the players set to 8. I'm a Diablo 2 player from way back, so a lot's changed since the days that I played. Back in the day, it was all about your Battle.net presence and your online ability. Now it's a lot more players are doing the offline, the single-player campaigns, which is something I was always into because it was a thrill to find items on that, and it was a lot harder to play, a lot more challenging. The first run I did, it was pointless. I found nothing. But run 2, I managed to pull a set item. Not a great set item, as you can see, the light plate. It's Arcana's armor. But for me, when I played, I was always fascinated with completing the sets, even if it was for characters I didn't need, necro sets, stuff like that. Always fascinated with completing a set or completing a rune word. So that was always one of the thrills for me, especially offline, because to me it's a lot harder to find these things when you don't have that option to trade for them. This is run 3. Run 3, I was so excited early on in the 25 runs. Take forever for anybody that's ever done this, but this was run 3, and Andy dropped probably my favorite item in the entirety of the Diablo 2 game. And another thing I noticed is that Andariel, her poison ability now in this current generation of Diablo 2 is vicious, very vicious, a lot more than what it used to be. As you can see there, I dropped the set item Ornate Plate, which everyone knows is the Griswold's armor. 3 sockets, high defense, great stats. By far one of my favorite items in the game. I was so excited to pull this so early on in these runs. But moving on to run 4, again, I've become kind of fascinated with how when I played Andariel runs were rune runs. That's why you did it. That was the only reason you did Andariel runs back in the day. Now I've noticed that over the course of getting back into the game and reestablishing, the game itself, there's not a lot of runes to be found in the Andariel run. It's kind of more Countess runs and upper runs like Diablo, Baal, things like that. But again, this is my 4th run, and I did find items going into Andariel, and I'll show those. Even though I didn't show the actual drops, I will show the items that were found. And I want to apologize, guys. I'm a little under the weather, so my voice isn't really cooperating with me as much as I wish it did. But again, this is my 4th run, and I found the Butcher's Pupil and managed to find Trang's Gloves. Again, for me, set items, I love to find them, even the low-level ones. I get excited. This is my 5th run. Apologize, guys. And I've also noticed that there's not a lot of gems dropping like it used to be. It used to be really common to drop tons of gems on the way to Andy. The game has changed quite a bit since the days when I remember playing it on a regular basis. But it's exciting. It's more challenging now, it seems. And I kind of like that aspect. This is the 5th run, and like I said, it was decent. Not what I'd hoped, especially after finding Griswolds and then going into Trangs. I was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm on a run, it's going to be awesome. Didn't go quite the way I hoped it would, and you'll see that. Now, skin of, or the flayed one, good armor. I was excited about that, but Cleglaw's Gloves and Sidverb's Amy, not really items that are worth writing home about. Runs 6 and 7, I did not find anything. No drops whatsoever worthy of noting. This is run 8, which was bittersweet. I found one really great item and one item that I would consider not really great, to be honest with you. Even as a set collector, it was not something I was hoping to find. And you'll notice I'm trying to keep my Merc from being directly in front of Andariel because she manages to kill the Merc so fast. This is run 8. Run 8, I found Tancred's Skull and the Stone Raven. Stone Raven is a great weapon. Very happy to have found that. Spear barbs, you know, that was a trend back in the day, but really an Amazon using a javelin or a spear, that is an amazing weapon to have. Runs 9, 10, and 11, I found nothing worth noting. There was a few decent rares, but nothing really worth taking the time to cap and show you guys. This is run 12. And I've also noticed that unique axes drop so frequently now that it's crazy. I remember back in the day trying to play an axe barb and dropping nothing but swords. And now it seemed like almost every run yielded a unique or a rare axe. It was kind of crazy. This was run 12 again, and you'll notice I found a unique axe. I pulled the Gore Shovel, which is nothing really good, not worth really doing nothing with. The Langer Brazier, which is a really interesting weapon for an Amazon, and Millibrega's Shield, low-level Paladin set. Run 13, I found absolutely nothing, but Run 14 was a different story. Run 14 was really cool. Guys, I'd love to hear your all stories, too, about Magic Find, your best item drops, even your worst item drops. I can remember killing Bale in Hell, and he dropped I believe it was a Tear Rune and a Flawless Topaz. And that was the extent of what he dropped that was worthy of picking up. So, very, very disappointing. But that happens. I mean, any Diablo player knows that you're not always going to get the luck of the draw. I always like to clear the entire level out. I guess it's force of habit. But again, this is run 14, and I pulled the Humongous Axe and Shaftstop. And I can remember Shaftstop being very, very highly sought after armor back in the day on Diablo. It was one of them armors that, and a lot of people got it to use on a Merc, which was kind of cool too. This is run 15. And again, I was not finding runes, which was kind of disappointing. That was sort of what I wanted to do the Andyruns for, just to throw together some rune words, do some videos on that. And I remember playing early on, and Andy, the only reason you did an Andy run in Hell was for the rune drops. And now I didn't see any of that like I used to when I played when I was younger. So I was kind of disappointed in that. But I guess that happens. Over time, things change. When the game evolves, you know, the evolution of the game kind of evolves the gameplay and everything too, so that was cool. And again, I found another axe on this run. This was run 15, and we found the Berserker's Hatchet, Storm Eye. But what was really cool was on the way to Andariel, we found Sandstorm Treks. Very, very, very awesome boots. Great items to have in the game. Very thrilled to find that. This is run 16. 16, we found a few set items, but I broke the dry spell on the runes on this run, so that was really exciting, especially pulling the rune that I did pull. I'm kind of hoping in my playing right now to pull the Ist rune. I played Diablo since it first came out, and I've only managed to drop one Ist rune, and that was on Battle.net, and that was during a cow level, a Hell level cows with a fully stacked party going in. So I'm hoping I can drop that on the single player game. That would be so cool. I mean, that would be one of the most awesome things ever. Probably won't happen anytime soon, but you know, a man can hope. Again, this is run 16, and run 16 was cool. Again, pulled a unique axe, so another axe drop, and this one was the Rake Scar. I also found Eisenheart's Sword, Cleglaw Shield, and the Immortal King's Boots. So those items really, you know, nothing major. The Hell Rune is out of this world, that's great. But the other items, you know, IK Boots is kind of okay, but they're not items that are all that hard to find. They're pretty common. I can remember being younger and going after the IK set and then finding out the weapon was a Maul and being absolutely disappointed in it. Especially playing a double swing barbarian, it was very disappointing. Run 17, I did not find anything. But run 18 again, continued on with the rune finding, which was really awesome. We found another rune on this run, which was great. I also found a really cool set item. So again, Andyruns' poison damage is just, it's out of the world now. Me being old school, I'm going at her head on with Cold Arrow. Some of the items we found going into Andyr. I don't think we found anything on her, but I know I found a few items going into there. So like I said, run 18, I found Hellcast. Very excited to find that. But more excited, I found Valkyrie's Wing, the Rite of Passage boots, and Pole Rune. Very excited to find another rune. Not my Ist rune, but you know, it'll do. Run 19, I found nothing. Once again, kind of a kick in the stomach after finding the Pole Rune. Run 20, which you're watching right now, still not a great run, but you know, one exciting item drop. Again, going after Andyruns with the cold. It's my old school nature, I guess. Excuse me. On run 20, I pulled a 4% Magic Find Small Charm. Not a 7, but we'll take a 4. And the Jade Talon, great assassin weapon. Never really played assassins, never got into the assassins or the druids. Just, I don't know, I never did really feel the need to play those. You're watching run 21. Kind of another bittersweet run. I found a really cool unique, but at the level I'm playing at, it was not something that was really that useful to me at the time. Oh, the little token thing there, that was kind of crazy to me too. When I first got back into playing and I started seeing those dropping, I was very perplexed because they weren't in the game when I played before, so I was kind of confused there for a while. Along with, there's also keys that drop that are really weird. But alright, run 21, I found Sigurd's belt. Not very impressive, but I did find chance guards. But like I said, at the level I'm playing at now, chance guards is not really doing a lot for me. This is run 22. And this one will be the last one. Run 23, 24, and 25. I didn't even manage to drop a gem. It was bad. I'm gonna have to do a lot more work on the magic find on this character and kind of bring that up a little bit, I think. I would love to hear from you guys where I could find spots that are better for farming runes. So I'm really interested in pulling that off. This time around, we found another set item, and again, not a great set item, I'm afraid. I found a pretty decent helmet, I guess. Lower level, but still cool. We found Crow Cowl, the Dusk Deep, and IK's belt. So not bad. But I mean, it's not great either, but you know. Well guys, there you have it, a little magic finding in Diablo 2. It would be really cool if you guys could subscribe to this channel, because I am going to do a lot more Diablo 2 videos, some tutorials, maybe building a few characters, stuff like that. Do a lot more of these magic find runs for everybody. But that's it. Lord Draven coming at you. Catch you next time, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.